What's your initial reaction to seeing the first episode on the screen?
Like always, I'm overwhelmed, and you know, I have to be honest. I have seen it before, but on the smaller screen, because I just got to I get to see things a little bit before everybody else. But to see it on the big screen is just incredible, and to see the reaction with people laughing in all the right places, and you know, quiet in all the right places. It's really good. It's a thrill to watch it.
And how do you find watching yourself on the screen?
Love it.
Love it?
Yep, absolutely love it. Have no problem with it. I think it's great, and I'm not saying I always like what I do, but it's what I've always wanted to do, be on the screen and be on telly and entertain, and there I am doing it. So absolutely, I enjoy watching myself.
Especially if you're wearing a nice blue shirt as well.
Yes, especially if I'm wearing a nice blue shirt, which someone else has taken up on. There we go.
Now, you have so many projects on the go.
Ben just got slightly embarrassed there.
It's about this, but
Is it?
yeah, the big anyway.
No, anyway.
Cut that bit out.
Cut that bit out. You're holding it, I'm not.
Yeah, you have so many projects on the go.
Yeah.
How do you manage to sleep? Or do you?
That's where Jack and I are very much alike. I never sleep. No, of course I do. I just have a very good management scheduled. My schedule is managed very, very precisely, and I know when I have sleep time or downtime. A lot of the time when I'm in the car being driven somewhere, I will shut down for 10, 15 minutes. But I get my some nights I only get 6 hours sleep, depending on what I have to do. But in general, I get about 7, 8 hours sleep, and that's all I really need. But listen, as my mother has told us from when we were kids, you're dead for a long time. So you may as well get everything you can and enjoy what you can while you're on this planet. And that's what I'm doing.
Now, Captain Jack's pretty much immortal. He
Yes.
can't die.
Yes.
Would you see that as a curse or a blessing?
I don't know. You know, it's funny. It was one thing I've never really thought about in depth. I guess it could be a curse because everybody around you would die, and you would keep moving on. Maybe perhaps that's why Jack jumps from, you know, time to time, basically. But maybe there could be some good things about it, because you could learn from a lot of mistakes and try to change things. But as we know, one person, unless you're in the world of Doctor Who and Torchwood, can't really just make all that change. It needs a group of people. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Curse, you know, a good thing, or is it a curse?
I mean, would you be happy to live billions of years but end up as a big head in a glass box like the face of Bo?
I don't know. I think there wouldn't be enough Botox. That was good, though, wasn't it?
That was very good.
To keep the wrinkles out if you were the size of the face of Bo. But I don't know. Again, that's a character thing. It might be fun if it was if yes, it was in the world of science fiction. I think it would be nice to see what the future is going to look like. I wouldn't mind that, to live, to, you know, and to the point of seeing if all the things that they say with global warming are really going to happen. If all that kind of stuff is, you know, because our planet is changing, things do change, you know, in cycles, and it would be interesting to see to be around to see any of those changes happen. Maybe not.
Now, you have a new album out,
Yes.
and your singing talents are well known. Plus, we've just seen James Masters from Buffy on the screen, and they did a musical episode. When's Torchwood the musical coming?
Oh, that, I don't think there's an answer yet to that question. I think if you want that answer, you have to speak to the man, and he's sitting behind there. Yep, pan over. There he is, to Mr. Russell T. You know, my singing side is kept very separate from my, you know, my Captain Jack side, because I don't know if I could blend those two. But in saying that, if it were a musical episode, it would have to be written in the right way. The one musical episode, I know you refer to Buffy, but the one musical episode that I absolutely love in one of the TV programs was Scrubs. Because it was done where a woman came into the hospital and she had something wrong in her head, and when she was in the room, all she heard was everything musically and heard everything sung. So there was a reason why to make it a musical. I don't think we could just all of a sudden decide to make Torchwood a musical version. You know, it probably will never happen.
Yeah, singing Weevils might not go down too well.
I think they'd howl. That would be it. I don't think the Weevils would sing. But yeah, no. In fact, Naoko can sing. I can sing. Byrne can dance. Byrne can break dance. And Eve will just take off her shoes and hum. That was a really bad joke, wasn't it?
No, it did the trick. But
You didn't laugh.
no. But I will. I'll sit back on the video and think, the man's a genius.
No.
But how naughty is Captain Jack in season 2?
I don't think Jack's really naughty. He's just, his sense of humor's back. And he's, there's a lot of innuendo back. Jack has resolved his issues with the Doctor, and in Utopia and the Last of the Time Lords and all that kind of stuff. So he comes back as the Jack that you knew in Series 1 of Doctor Who, who's a little more fun, lighthearted, still determined, still focused. But as you saw in this episode, he's got his humor back, which is good because he was dark and heavy last year. He needs to lighten up a little bit. And he's resolved things.
Yeah, because he started off life as a con man.
Yeah.
And then became a saviour. Where's he heading now, do you think? Where does he end up at the end of the second season?
Well, you'll just have to watch and see, won't you? That was a nice try. But remember, we're a team and we're a family, and we all know what we're supposed to, talk about. Not. Jack ends up... It's an interesting ending to the series, actually, because it's an ending that can continue, if that makes any sense. You're introduced to new people throughout the series, and there's a direct giveaway in there, if you caught it, from when they ask, Captain John says something to Jack that he's found a certain person. It's a huge story.
That Grey, wasn't it?
Yeah, if that's what you heard,
yeah.
Yes, it is. But, yeah, that's a huge story, and that's where it leads him towards the end.
And what's your favourite episode coming up?
Oh!
Without any PR woman coming and hitting you for giving too much away.
Oh, no, there's no PR woman going to hit me, because if they hit me, I'll hit them back. Not a woman, though. There's, it's difficult to choose, and it's not a diplomatic answer. I'm being totally honest with you, because there's something in every episode that I've really loved doing. None of them were difficult to get our teeth around or to kind of throw ourselves into, because as a team, I'm talking off camera, as a team, myself, Eve, Byrne, Naoko, and Gareth, we all get along well, and we talk about things, we discuss things, and we really chuck ourselves into the deep end when we do it. There's not really... Well, it's the one that I just finished filming. We just finished filming 13, and 13 is... I can't swear, can I? No. It's pretty...
Go for it.
Pretty fucking amazing, that's all I'll say.
Cool.
Yeah.
And there's rumours that you're going to be back in Doctor Who for the season 4.
Okay.
Is that true?
Well, young people, the Doctor Who audience, loved Captain Jack. Captain Jack was given his... sea legs given birth to on Doctor Who, so he's the type of character that could possibly return, but you'll just have to watch the space.
How do you think he'd cope with... Billie Piper's coming back as Rose. Freema Agyeman... Yeah.
Is she?
Yes, official now.
Is
official.
she? Are they? Wow.
How would he cope? And Freema Agyeman's back in Doctor Who, and Catherine Tate as well. How do you think Jack would cope with those three ladies?
Well, it's going to be a pretty awesome foursome, isn't it? Fivesome.